Hi, good day. Welcome to Career Forward, and I'll be dropping a tutorial on how to solve SHL questions. And first things you should know is you should have printed copies of multiple printed copies of this. This would help you in of this templates, which would help you in solving the questions. Yes, it's not examination malpractice. They are just like templates and sheets that would help you to solve, rather than SHL tests are usually time bound with little time. So imagine you're trying to write all of this calendar within your limited time, but having this already printed out makes your work faster and easier. So let's go to the first question. So the first question says that 4 training sessions must be scheduled on the weekdays. So weekdays, whenever you see weekdays, weekdays is Mondays to Fridays, excluding Saturdays and Sundays. So it says the trainings must last 3 consecutive weekdays. 3 consecutive weekdays meaning weekdays that follow each other. So you cannot start Wednesday and Thursday then jump to Monday. No, it has to follow each other consecutive, right? And then they said after 2 sessions there is a break of 2 days, and there are no sessions on the 3rd of 17th. So which day should the IT training be scheduled? So first things first is to find out the weekdays that trainings will occur. So if I start on Wednesday, it will mean Wednesday 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. But they already said there's no training on 3rd, so I have to find a way to avoid 3rd. So I will start on the 6th. So I have 6 to 8, right? Next will be 9, 10. Apologies, this is so not easy to do. 9, 10, and 13. And then they said after every 2 training there is 2 days break. So that means 14, 15 is a break. We have to start 16. But if we start 16, that means we'd have 16, 17, 18. But then they said there's no training on 17, so we have to avoid 17. So we'll do 20, 21, 22, and then finally we have 23, 24, 27. Beautiful. So now that we have had that, let's now go to the arrangements. So there are 4, right? There are 4 teams, I believe. There are 4 teams, so that means 5, 6, and 7 is none of our business. So same way is none of our business. So we need to schedule orientation, company policy, data, and IT. So first things first, they said orientation must happen after data protection. So orientation cannot be the last. So it cannot be the first because it happens after data protection, right? And then data protection cannot be the last because orientation comes after it, right? So next thing they said, okay, company policy cannot happen immediately before or after orientation. Okay, we don't know where orientation is, so we can't put that. So they now say data protection is not available 6 to 10th. 6 to 10th. So and 6 to 10th, that 6th is the week of is the first week. So data protection cannot happen in the first week. Second week is 10th. Data protection cannot happen in the second week because of that. So that means data protection can only happen in the 3rd week. So 3rd week. Beautiful. Going back to the top, they said orientation happens after data protection. So that means orientation is the 4th, right? So next we are left with company policy and IT. So they said IT cannot happen first, and what we have left for IT is first and second. So that means IT is second. And voila, we have solved the question. So that means IT happens 9th, 10th, and 13th. Beautiful. So let's do a lot of Ctrl Z to get okay. This is actually a lot of Ctrl Z, so let's just clean it. This. And let's clean this as well. So next question. So we have 6 people and we have to arrange them from first to last. So we have Corinne, we have Eileen, we have Kiwana, we have Edward, we have Pete, and we have Raj. Right, beautiful. So when you have multiple of this square or this table 1 to 6, it helps you basically arrange it. So Corinne, okay, we have Corinne first. They now said Eileen is lower than Corinne, so that means Eileen cannot be first because it comes after Corinne, right? Based on ranking, right? So Eileen is below Corinne, so that means Eileen cannot be first and Corinne cannot be last because Eileen is lower than it based on their ranking. Then Kiwana is higher than Corinne, right? So that means Kiwana, then Corinne, but Kiwana is lower than Pete, so that means we will have Pete, Kiwana, Corinne. So that means Pete has 2 coming after it. So Pete cannot be number 5 and cannot be number 6 because that's 2. So if Pete is number 4, Kiwana and Corinne can be 5 and 6. So that means Kiwana, it has something in front of it and something at the back of it. So it cannot be first and last. Apologies, it's not easy doing this on a laptop. If I just could do it on my pen and paper, it would have been so easy. Then Corinne cannot be first and second because it has things in front of it. So next, they said Edward is not in an even number position. Remember, this is Edward. So Edward cannot be second, Edward cannot be fourth, and Edward cannot be sixth. Okay. Pete, they didn't tell us anything. And then they said Raj is in top half. So Raj cannot be 4, 5, 6. So we have only one person left with 6 that is available for 6. That means Eileen is number 6. Beautiful. So now let's go back again. They told us that there are 2 employees between Raj and Edward, right? So that means if Raj is first, Edward should be fourth, right? If Raj is second, Edward should be fifth. Okay, that's possible. If Raj is third, Edward should be sixth. Okay, let's go back again. If Edward is first, there are 2 employees between. That means Raj should be fourth. So that means it's not possible for Edward to be first because Raj cannot be fourth. If Edward is third, Raj should be sixth, but it's not possible for Raj to be sixth. So that means Edward cannot be third. So that means finally we have Edward to be 5. And then they said there are 2 employees between Raj and Edward. So that means Raj is second, right? See, very beautiful. We are solving it. We have only one person left from number 1. So we have Pete as number 1. So we have number 1, number 2. And we have number 5. So we are left with number 3 and number 4. Okay. And what do we know? And that's Kiwana and Corinne. What do we know? Kiwana comes before Corinne. So that means Kiwana is number 3 and Corinne is number 4. Voila, we are done. Next question. Time to clean. We need to do a lot of cleaning. Nah. Find a way to clean. After you. This. So next, they said, okay, we have a marketing booth, right? Pen. So let me call this research. Let me call this marketing. Right. So they said Ari is in the marketing booth. So Ari here. Next, Isabel is in the same as Kendra. Okay, I don't know where Kendra is, so I can't put Isabel now. So Jack is in the same as Ari, right? Kendra is different from Ari, so that means Kendra is in research. And Isabel is in the same with Kendra, so that means this is here. Lindy is different from Jack, so that means Lindy is here. Voila, we are done. Next question. Let's clean again. It's not easy. So next, they said schedule the training so that the IT training is completed last and all trainings are completed by 3:30. Wow. All trainings must be completed by 3:30. Okay, this is 3:30. Okay, so one thing I first of all notice is HR training is 1.5 hours, IT training is 1.5 hours, right? So and IT training 1.5 hours. So that means IT training, sorry, these 2 trainings will take 3 blocks because they are 30 minutes. So it can be from 9:30 to it can be from 9:30 to 10:30 because this is just only 1 hour. It can be here. This is just 30 minutes. It can be here and it can be here. So IT training comes last and must be done before 3:30. So IT training is from 2 to 3:30. Beautiful. HR training is 1.5 hours, 12 to 1:30. 30 minutes. Diversity training, compliance training, 1 hour. Voila. Next question. Okay, this question might take a while, but let's attempt it and let's make it the last question for now. So this training we have room 1. Okay, they said find the time in room 4 to reserve 2 hours, and this is 9 to 6. So let's check if we actually need to use this pen. So find the time in room 4 schedule to reserve two 1 hour IT training. It takes 30 minutes to set up for each training and it takes 45 minutes to tear down after the second training. The IT training can't take place as a sales meeting in any other room, and the IT training can only be scheduled in room 4 when room 3 is also available, including the time for set up and set down. Okay, so one very beautiful thing at the moment is that these boxes, I actually need to click them to find out whenever sales meeting is going on, but it's unclickable. I got disclaimer, I got the screenshot from a group chat. That's where I was able to get it. And yeah, so the IT training can only be scheduled in room 4. So first of all, the IT training cannot occur between this 5:30 to 6 because that's too short a time. And they said 30 minutes for setup, 1 hour training, then 45 minutes for set down. So we can say something around 2 hours and 2 hours 15 minutes, right? So first things first, they said the IT training can't take place the same time as the sales, and the IT training can only be scheduled when room 3 is available. So room 3 is available from 2 to 4. And it takes 30 minutes to set up, including setup and set down time. Wow, wow, wow. So I would say that we need 2 hours 15 minutes. I would say it's quite obvious for me that we have from 10 to 12. Sorry, and it's only available when room 3 is available, right? So I'd say from 10 to 12 is like an available time, and then from 2 to 4:30 is like an available time. So those are like, no, sorry, from 1, yes, from this 1:30 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 3:45 is a good time. And then yeah, we would have from 10 to 12:15 is also a good time. So I believe like these are times. Okay, it takes 45 minutes to tear down after the second training. Okay, so we are good then. So we have from 10 to 12, so it's not colliding with any time between room 3. And yeah, we'd have from 1 to 4 to 3:45, but from 1:30 to 3:45. But yeah, we have to find out if there's a sales meeting going on and try to avoid it here. But voila, that is it. Thank you very much. And that brings us to the end of this video, and more will be coming up.